like talk about the phones and interact and talk about.
Yeah.
Oh, we're live.
Okay, we're live. We are just on live now.
Good afternoon and welcome to JLC Live. I am your stand-in host for today, Luke Murray, Operations Director. Jack Walsh is currently in Almelo in BV, our Netherlands site, so I'll be hosting from the UK today. We're going to keep with tradition a little bit and we're going to do a quick product review on the Blackview Wave 8C. And for that, to start off, I've got my lovely assistant Arthur here with me, aka our stock controller. So
Shout out Arthur.
Yeah, shout out Arthur. He's grinning there. So yeah, Arthur, what can you tell us about this new product? So, obviously, Blackview is a brand we've recently brought on board. What can you tell us about this phone?
So Blackview Wave 8C is a Chinese manufacturer phone. They're all in-house built device. So they have their own factory. They really focus on a high quality product, delivering the quality control, and it's basically an alternative for Samsung to be in a competitive market with Samsung. It's an entry-level smartphone, probably for approximately half the price of what the lowest Samsung entry-level smartphones do, and with the very similar specs. So it comes on boards with Android, your usual operating system. You have your app stores, so there's no drawbacks there. You have.
Would you use this? This is something you would use?
I would buy something for my kids, something like that, because the price is that good. Like, it depends. I don't know if we're allowed to discuss the price. I know they're on different markets or.
Oh yeah, I don't think we can discuss the price, but we're talking about a significant saving, aren't we?
Yeah, significant savings.
All right.
What you get in the box, basically, with most of the modern phones, you don't get provided chargers or the cables. This comes with a charger, 10-watt charger and a cable. It comes with pre-installed screen protector and with the case.
Perfect.
So is it like a clear gel built into
Pre-installed
it?
case.
Yeah, the case.
Wow. What do you think about it, Luke?
Yeah, it looks like a good alternative. Look for a more
Get out this, make the shot a bit
Cost-effective.
wider as well. Get
yeah,
that.
for
It's
a
a
cost-effective
cost-effective
solution for a smartphone. It looks quite slick, doesn't
Let
it?
me ask a
You
question,
just
Luke.
look
Is that
straight away.
at what point would you be like, I'm going to trade out? Where would this have to be technologically for you to switch your iPhone out for this?
To be honest, what I use for my iPhone is I want a good camera quality, and as long as it does the basics. So for me, it potentially would work. I do like the fact that my iPhone can pair with my Mac and things like that. So for me, then it probably would work because I only really like the basic things with a phone, to be honest.
Yeah, I don't think everyone has this time in their head where they remember like switching, doing the leap, as they say, from old traditional phones with the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 to iPhone. Do you remember when that was, and what was it like switching over to a touchscreen device?
Well, I remember it was just like a complete revamp, wasn't it? It was an amazing advancement going from, like I say, a Nokia. I remember having my first Nokia 3310, and then you actually go to a touchscreen. And I had an Android first of all, and I remember that was brilliant. But then again, in the same breath,
So before iPhone, you were Android, yeah?
I was Android, yeah, my first ever touchscreen phone. But then when I made the jump from Android to iPhone later on, I've never looked back, because personally, I think the iPhone is unrivaled.
It's sick, but they get you where you can't not use it, like for the music and everything. I can't see a way that you could ever get away from it. It's like you're attached. Could you ever see, what would it have to come out for you to be like, I'm going to put the iPhone down and switch out?
I don't know, to be honest. I think when you want a phone, you just want the convenience of being able to transfer as well. So I've got a new iPhone recently. I bought an iPhone 16, and just the transition is so seamless. I think I had an iPhone 10 for that. I'd really run it into the ground, and
What did that look like?
it was just pretty similar to the 16 actually.
Is it, yeah?
But it did its job for 5-6 years.
Mad, 16 iPhones.
Yeah, that's it.
And really, it's like 32 in it because there's been S's in between them all.
Yeah. But the transition was so smooth. Literally put them together, and the phone's just transferred all the data over.
Yeah,
and that's
yeah.
what you want. When you want a new phone, you don't want to be messing around, changing with different things. You want it to be smooth. You want to save as much time as possible to be efficient. So for me, it'd be a lot to get me off an iPhone, to be honest.
Yeah. What about, come around here, Arthur. Come around into the...
What would you?
What about you, Arthur? What's yours?
Well, I'm an Android user. I use Samsungs. The only Apple OS I used was iPods. I really loved them at the time. But then I switched to Androids because I'm a bit more of a geek, I could say that way. I like to experiment with my phones. And obviously Samsung Android operating systems are a bit more open for all of that. But I always say, the best phone is whatever suits your needs the best. I don't like when people argue iPhone is the best or Samsung is the best. Whichever suits your needs, whichever you feel happy with, that's the best phone for you. So, like, to me, I prefer Androids. Whoever prefers Apple, fine. Apple, I understand for people who use Apple's handset because they're much more straightforward. There's much less, experimenting. Like Luke said, explained that the transitions is really smooth. It's pretty much just does everything for you. So people who haven't got time, people who are busy, they just want a new phone and they want less hassle. iPhone's the way to go. Like, especially people older generations who really struggle with modern technologies. iPhones make it really simple. They're really easily to use, really available. But if you want to use it more in depth, there's tools are available there.
We actually have a comment actually, and maybe you guys could respond to this one at a time. We got Luke, and then if you go, Arthur, we have our very own Mr. Jack Walsh, King Jack, as we say, who destroyed the week last week with what we think was a top 7 days. So without digressing away from the tech stuff, absolutely showed everyone why he's the original sales extraordinaire last week. So shout out Jack. But he says, Google has him almost tempted away from Apple. He says the camera is OP, which means overpowered, and the operating system is very forgiving. So he says, not to mention they look dope. So what do you think to that?
Well, I've heard a lot of good reviews about the Google phones, and as I said, for me, it's just probably, I said, laziness and convenience that I stay with iPhones. So yeah, for me, it's pure convenience. It does what I need to do. It's got a decent camera. So yeah, that's pretty much it. But you're somebody who's into their tech more than me. What would you say?
I think it's really good. There's a very high competitive market because it forces companies to innovate and come up with something actually useful than just using simple gimmicks. So everybody trying to get that market to get that top spots. And so I can't really say anything bad about Google phones.
Nice.
To me, they're just as good as everything else.
Well, if we ever get a contract with Google, you've got your brand representative here at JLC already, because this guy, if you cut him, he bleeds Google.
I think their advertising is really good. I've seen it because at the cinema, the camera just looks amazing on the Google phones.
Camera looks, yeah. And what about that one with the camera in the back yesterday? That's not a Google phone, but what we sell.
Blackview, yeah, that was good.
Blackview,
That's beautiful. They saw that on the hair, didn't they?
Yeah.
You're going to switch to that, Bex?
Maybe not right now, but maybe in the future. Who knows? I do actually think they're clever that they're built in with the cases.
What would it take for you to switch over? Serious no.
Not to Blackview, but I would probably switch maybe to Samsung or Google.
But to just get away from my phone, how good would another phone have to be?
But then I have all the AirPods and everything that goes with everything. And my Mac as well.
What if I said to you, I can get you like a Chinese equivalent, I can get you a unbranded phone, unbranded AirPods, and a case you get all for a way cheaper price than you'd ever get from Apple.
Yeah, if I needed to replace all the tech at once, then maybe I might consider that.
I'm only playing. Isn't it funny? We're so attached to to it all. But do you know what I will say about this is Apple works in harmony. Like, I got 2 Apple laptops. This is just an old one, a new one. I had them turned on when I was trying to use it, and they automatically become 2 screens.
Yeah.
Oh, did they?
It's mental, bro. Like, it's just crazy. And then you can put your AirPods in, and it's connected to your laptop, your phone, everything. I'm just like, it makes life so easy. I can never see myself switching, because what I was saying to you there is, good luck. If you go unbranded and you get unbranded AirPods and unbranded, it's not going to be slick like Apple, is it? No. It's all going to be not working properly. And
the reputation. It's got the reputation. Everyone knows
it's very end user friendly. So that's the whole goal. To make end user friendly. Just nobody wants to try to experiment. They want a phone that does all the stuff that they need. Basic camera, screen, seamless transition between devices, and there's nothing wrong to being loyal to a brand. If you like something, just go on, use it.
Can I ask you guys a bit of a question? This is a bit tech related. It's a bit about like pop culture and news that's going on right now. Is what ramifications, if any, do you reckon all the politics and the new election is going to have on business and the way that tech's going to move forward? I know you got a lot of heat on Google and those kinds of things right now with the tech censorship. Do you see that that's going to have any impact on anything?
I think it will probably have a positive impact, especially with Trump coming into power now. Obviously, that's going to be a positive thing for all the big markets.
Yeah.
And like the Nasdaq, for example, obviously tech heavy. I think that will probably do very well in the next sort of 4 years during this term, along with like the S&P and all the other regular big markets.
Stock markets are flying, aren't they?
Yeah, they are. Yeah, as soon as the results came out for Trump.
Right.
Which
is a great indicator that we're going to see the market start to sway in the good direction.
Yeah, we've seen already before with certain brands when President Trump was the previous term, certain brands suffered. And for example, I used certain brands before, and the resale value when it came time to upgrade just dropped significantly. So it's like you lost a lot of money. But then again, we just have to wait and see.
Yeah, well, hopefully we're going to see a good 4 years now. I think it's been, we need the markets just to start getting smooth. Like politics aside, whatever you think about anything, we're now just happy to have a stable. I think up to an election, there's so much instability.
Yeah, I think it will be generally positive for business. I think obviously as tax cut.
We're seeing great. We had a record September and a record October, didn't we? In terms of like up on last year. So we'll get into that with the orders.
Yeah. So September of this year, we did 203 orders a day, which is again like 15% up on the September from the previous year. And as a year as a whole for JLC, we're 20% up on orders, average orders we're processing a day. So this year we're averaging it's about 180 a day across the whole year, and last year it was around the 140, 145 mark. So yeah, we're clearly seeing that people are spending more. People are ordering more general orders, and hence why we can see this higher average. So
and what pressures has that brought to the warehouse? Maybe you can both discuss that. If you go first, Luke.
Yeah, so it just means with that uptick in orders we process, it just means all departments are busier. So right from processing, they've got to process more. There's got to be more picked, there's got to be more packed, and then that has a knock-on effect in logistics as well. So in terms of them actually tracking, having to dispatch more orders, there's also more customers actually coming in saying, right, can I have an update on the order? So as well as it having an impact on what we're actually doing physically, there's more interactions with our customers because they're chasing more orders. So it's just been an uplift amongst the whole operation, to be honest.
Oh, great job you're doing, bro. What do you think?
Same, I can see as a stock controller, I can see the amount of stock we're getting, which is pretty good. Stock devices available. We have stock available, like cases for different type of devices. We've grown in the last year, I believe. It's 25% more new stock, more new items.
Right, wow.
Yeah, so from last year's stock take to this, we've increased 25% on what we hold. So we're providing more options for customers, aren't we? And then you're obviously seeing all the new products we're getting in. There's more work for you as well, isn't it? So as a stock controller, your work's cut out, isn't it? All these new products are bringing.
The last 2 months alone, we're going for 4.5% more stock.
Wow.
2 months.
Yeah.
And how does that ramifications come out in like how the systems have to be bolted up? Have you had to adjust systems to cope with the extra?
With DocuWare, so it's a system we've had for like 2 years now. That's just swallowed the volume pretty well. It's adapted. We can do more on that, so that's good. The only limitation we've kind of got now, and is if we continue to grow, is obviously the speed at which we can like pick and pack. I would say that's probably the main area, isn't it? That's the area we probably may have. We're trying to sort of get more consistent and quicker at, but that's where this man comes in. And if everything's in the right place and can be located and organised neatly, we can keep up that high pick speed. When we have discrepancies and we have to look for things that aren't correct on the system, that's what slows us down, and that's our inhibiting factor in getting all these orders out. So as long as we keep the warehouse and Arthur keeps on top of his job and keeping everything neat and organised, then we'll be able to deal with these volumes.
And how's it been since losing our beloved Benji and switching him out with Abby?
During the trial period, it was a little bit tough, just moving the pieces around. But since we did that trial period and since he's left, it's been really smooth.
What were the things that were tough in the trial period?
I think mainly just pulling people off different positions. We were kind of running with one less because we kept Benji upstairs and we took Abby out. So whilst Benji was training with him, we were kind of running with one less down here. And yeah, it was just quite tough for me to do that. So,
right.
Yeah.
And what's it been like for you losing Abby?
I'm kind of a bit more to the side from people, but I've noticed that the good thing is that everybody's trained in every area. We set ourselves a target that we have to be certain levels. So if need comes, we can replace a person or cover a person. So it's people operating really smoothly between departments, and it's constantly improving. We're constantly learning from things, and it's just be fun being part of it. Challenges, it doesn't, everything has challenges, but we accept these challenges and we find ways to overcome it. So,
brilliant. And obviously, what was I sent into the group yesterday in the Pillars group is we made our first profit ever in Europe. So a very, very cool piece of news on on the different part of the business. Europe has got to the point now where it's its own standalone business which is producing income itself. So the empire of JLC is really building, and I feel like very, very soon we're going to be actually not just the fact that we got more territory in Europe, we got a huge move coming, haven't we?
Yeah.
We're moving over to a 10,000. This unit, if you take a little spin around there, this unit is 5,000 square feet, and we are just in the middle of doing potentially a move, whether it's at one unit or another unit, but doubling this thing up. So we're going to have a studio in the back for JLC TV where Jack, Luke, Arthur, whoever's doing it on the day is going to be there. And also a goods in and a goods out, potentially.
Yeah. There's plenty of
Do you reckon we
ideas.
benefit from that?
Probably would make things cleaner, wouldn't it? Instead of because at the moment obviously you've got that one space there, so I'd probably say it would make sense to do that. But we've got so many ideas, haven't we? We're going to sit down and think, right, what do we want this to look like? So it's going to be really fun, isn't it, having that blank canvas.
And I think a bit of the school of thought is like we're like a fish, and like a company is like a fish. And if we have a bigger tank, we're going to become a bigger fish. Like we became a bigger fish having this tank, so we're going to get a bigger tank, and also all the amenities. Portishead, I think, is going to be a better place for. It's going to be a bit awkward for a couple of people who are in the organisation, and that's going to be annoying. But if we can like get over that hurdle, then we got everything nearby. You got restaurants, you got fast food, you got. I know fast food you shouldn't be eating, but you got everything, didn't you?
Yeah.
You got like gym. Oh, you even got gyms and stuff. And we're gonna put a gym and a shower in the place. It's gonna be sick.
Yeah,
I
that would be
cannot
so
wait.
cool.
Because the whole reason I don't cycle to work, even though we're gonna be in Portishead, then I won't even need to cycle to work. But the reason I don't want to cycle to work is because there's no shower here.
Yeah.
But there we're gonna have a shower. We're gonna have a studio. We're gonna have a gym. It's gonna be sick. What's
Quality of life is going to be much better.
It's gonna be good, isn't it? What are you thinking for the new unit? What plans have you got for the warehouse?
So at the moment we'll probably just have a sit down. Arthur, you've got a piece of kit, haven't you? Where it's got it's a virtual reality where he can pre-plan what's on the shelves, and we can pre-plan our map, haven't we? So we're going to have a look at that nearer the time.
And what about actually taking what we're trying to sell to our customers? Obviously, I don't want to tell Luke an idea is going to end up costing us a load of money. This is more, we're making a little bit of content here, but also pitching an idea is, are we ever going to, I know we got plans and I've held us back. What about this? Are we going to get to scanners?
Yeah, for sure.
Cool,
There's so many like different steps that we can automate, right from our labels, how we print labels, we do that manually at the moment. Right from our picking and packing, we manually have to count things.
So what do you want to? They were telling us yesterday. This is just unbelievable that you can get a scanner like our scanners, where you can go like, and it just tells you how much stock is in there.
That's it. So
That is mental.
the end goal, that would be amazing because the amount of hours we put in.
How much would that cost us to have that situation?
That sort of tech, God, that's something I haven't even looked at the expense of that. I've just been looking at general scanners.
I find it weird how it knows like that's like I don't even know without looking how many that is, but it knows that that's a separate one to that one. That's mad.
It is mad.
Freaky.
One of the biggest upgrades would be in terms of having this barcode scanner will be much more live system in terms of updates of stock levels. It will make life easier for people who do tracking, for people who do ordering, because we get much more instant response for customers. They would see these figures updated instantly, essentially, instead of having to wait half a day or 3-4 hours until the stock is
and all like the manual feeds we have to upload. Once we get automation in across the board, it's just going to be so slick, and it's going to be really taking JLC to the next level whenever that is, and we'll just keep chipping away and putting different things in at different times. But eventually, when we're this monster 100 million business, it's going to be flawless.
It's going to be badass. I can't wait.
Yeah, it's going to be great.
Jack says, what kind of theme are we going to do for the studio? Is it Joe Rogan-esque, or have we got an idea
We should put our own spin on it. I don't know what yet, but
We got to do something cool, haven't we? Put some dough into it, make it special.
yeah.
Maybe we got like neon lights now. How many people we got in here?
We got 9 people.
Oh, nice. 9 people. 9 lights.
I can't see on this new streaming. I can't actually see.
9 double taps. Double tap the screen and it's a light, guys.
Oh, I thought you meant me. To my face. There we go.
I mean, we did have it in a gym as well, because when we go over to Almelo now, it's nice to be able to say, when your lunch hour, you go there, train with the lads, and then obviously get back to work. Here, it'd be cool to do as well. We were saying we might get Pure Gym together, might we?
It's actually Almo that's made this whole thing happen, where we're like, we've got to make this sick, because I felt like it's so much of a better headspace to work in an environment that's good. So I thought we need to get UK like this. So that's why where we go next is going to be our forever home. We're signing a lease for 10 years, and it's just going to be the kind of place where we're going to be excited to go to work. This is sick, but this is because of the people. It's not because of the premises. It's a good premises, but it could do with being more spacious. It could do with being maybe some more facilities. But the next one's going to be the creme de la creme. And how long are we in, Bex?
20 minutes. But Beak says, James, what was your favourite part of the Almelo office?
My favourite part of the Almelo office is getting to hang around with you because you're most of the time there, Beaksy. Next question.
What makes it the most zen?
You, Beaksy. No, what makes it the most zen is I got my own office is one thing. But also they just got like a gym, like Luke said. My routine is get up early, get ahead of work, and you can basically do everything within like walking distance of everything. So it makes it really easy to just be work, gym, sleep. So yeah, that's why I like being an Almelo.
Forward to having simulated stuff.
Yeah, it's going to be cool.
Yeah, it will be nice. And the Pure Gym right by that unit is really nice as well.
Yeah.
Can I ask you guys who are watching in Almelo, where are you guys going for food tonight? What's the plan? Because basically you guys who are watching, we got Jack and Beak over in Holland right now, henceforth Jack not being on the live. And I'll be interested to know what their plans are tonight. You going out?
They said to Creta.
To Creta, eh? Wow.
Me,
Lamb
Jack and...
chops.
Well, Beak, Jack and Owen.
Oh, nice. Lambchops.com. The best lamb chops you'll ever eat. Creta. If you're watching this and you're from Holland, go see Creta in Almelo. Even if you live far and you're in Holland, go over there. I'm not even kidding you. This is like I want to keep this a serious business stream, but these are the best chops you'll ever eat. The best lamb chops you'll ever eat. Right.
It's good.
Well,
Have a good one.
Thank you.